Glad to be here today. We are coming off a bye week, and after playing a Thursday night game, so we will not have played a football game for 16 days. And, so I know we're looking forward to it. I know our guys are looking forward to it to try to get in a routine and a rhythm for the rest of the season and kind of start trying to click on both sides of the ball. Playing a good Coastal Carolina team, when you start looking at them and, their improvements from last year, you see definite improvements on both offense and defensive side of the ball. And so this will be a very tough test for us.
Thank you, Coach. As a reminder to our members of the media, it's star one to get in the queue to ask questions. Our first questions come from Alan Blondin with the Sun News. Alan, please go ahead.
Coach, you've had some time, so I guess how healthy have you been able to become with this time off?
Well, we've been, that's something that we've kind of fought all year. When you start looking at it, we've got about 12 scholarship guys that are probably not available for the rest of this season. But the guys that, we always talk about next man up around here, and, we'll never use that as an excuse. So our guys are working really hard, and to be able to have 16 days, that allows some of the guys that do have bumps and bruises to feel a little bit better going into this game. So obviously that's been a big plus for us to have those days.
Can you, if you don't mind, just mention a few of you mentioned all these, a lot of guys will be out. I guess which key players for you won't be available for you this weekend?
Logan Wright, running back, he hurt his neck last week. He's a guy that, he's right now is going to be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks to see if he can return. So obviously he's out for that, at least that amount of time. Our center, Jake Cooper, a guy that started for some last year and has been the starting center for us this year. Unfortunately, due to concussions, he's now a medical DQ guy, and so we're not going to have his services. And then just going back, we lost, Brian Miller, one of our offensive linemen in camp. We lost him for the season, losing our defensive end, Justin Ellis, first game of the season against LSU. Those are probably some key guys that we have lost that, definitely could help us. But again, we don't sit here and worry about that. We know that our guys, we're training all our guys, and they got to be ready for that next man up mentality and go ready to play.
All right, Coach. And, I guess how important was it for you guys to pull out that win against South Alabama and maybe get a little bit of momentum going this season?
Well, it was really important. Obviously, a win's going to be better than a loss. And we were obviously in a situation where we had to finish that game. And, there were things, when you start looking at the statistics from that game, if you didn't look at the scoreboard and you looked at the statistics, you would have went, man, Georgia Southern probably, won easily. But that was not the case. South Alabama did a tremendous job of fighting hard and putting themselves in position to win the ball game at the end. But I am proud of our guys because they never wavered. They stayed strong as a team, and they played off one another and was able to make one more play than the other team and get that win. So I think that was very important. Obviously, where we were sitting in the season, we needed that win. And, we just got to continue to get better and see if we can go get another one.
All right, Coach. For me would be you had a really interesting, Jay had a really interesting off season. A little incident happened there. I guess how were you behind him the whole way in that whole incident, and how did the football team react to everything that transpired?
It happened the day of report day to camp. And most certainly I was behind him all the way. That's one thing that I'm going to be with our players is when they get, if they get accused of something, we're going to look into it. Obviously, we're going to go by athletic department policies and make sure that we're doing things the right way. But we're always going to, make sure that we're doing our job of looking into the whole story. And, when it went down with Shy, it was something that was totally out of character for what this kid has shown since he's been here, and even during recruiting. Great character kid, great teammate, great person. And so it didn't add up. And obviously we had his back. And then as the story started to unfold and started to be told, he was wrongly accused. And so that ended up obviously working in his favor. I thought our kids did a good job of handling that situation because their starting quarterback, it was up in the air about what his status was going to be. But I did think they did a good job of being mentally strong and getting behind, Justin Tomlin and saying, okay, if Justin's got to be the guy, he's going to be the guy. But again, going into the season, you're sitting there thinking Shy Wertz is going to be your quarterback. So obviously that is going to have an effect on you and your team. But when it all played out into Shy's favor, obviously that ended up being a good thing for our football team.